Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hello, this is Adam Carolla, your tall, attractive, and young host. I just want to get that disclaimer out there, Drew.
Mike, do you have the throw-up tape?
He's not ready, naturally. That voice you heard was the voice of Dr. Drew. He's not only a board-certified physician, but he is also an addiction medicine specialist.
You're quite a...
love schlong.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. You're in quite a mood tonight, aren't you?
That's a keeper. Yeah, you know, we don't have a guest tonight.
Yeah.
Which is good, because it lets us find the love. Sometimes the love sneaks out through the bottom of the door, and Drew and I get distracted. We get a guest on here. I start paying too much attention to the guest. Drew pouts during the commercials. But tonight we're going to find the love again.
Between us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you know who we are going to have in tomorrow night? A surprise guest.
No.
Just a momentary surprise guest. I'm bringing my Catholic little brother, young Nathan, in here.
Yes.
He will speak lovingly of his big brother. I will throw his ass out of the studio.
You just want to prove that you have a Catholic big brother.
Yes, I'm trying to score points.
All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, he'll just come in and say hi for a second.
Okay.
Chris, 19, you're on LoveLine. Wait a minute. Let me get the phone number out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. And it's Chris at 19 again.
Yeah,
Chris?
yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I've got this problem. I'm going to night school because, last year...
Chris, turn your radio off, okay?
Turn it off.
For Christ's sake. We're out of the chute in a big pile of horse flop. All right, Chris, have you composed yourself?
Yes.
All right, put down the bong and form a question.
I'd like help because I'm dating my night school teacher, and I go home with her every night, and her husband's beginning to be a problem.
Right, he's hogging the quilt?
Yeah.
What?
Where's her husband?
Her husband works till 1 in the morning. He shows up about 1:30.
Yeah, and what time do you guys arrive?
I usually stay at her house till about midnight.
All right, so what time do you arrive at her house?
I get to her house about, 10.
All right, so you have 2 hours of sex?
Yeah.
Actually, with me, that'd be 10 minutes of sex and an hour and 50 minutes of me posing in front of the bathroom mirror nude.
That's nice. I'm actually having trouble following Chris. It's hard for me to believe that this is something important to him because I can't even stay with him.
A Sherpa guide would have trouble staying up with Chris, but let me explain. He goes to night school for God knows what.
Right.
He has a teacher there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a female. He goes home with her and has sex with her. Her husband works a graveyard shift and doesn't come home till 1 a.m.
Chris,
Yeah?
you need to stop this relationship, obviously. I don't think we have to be the ones to tell you that. Your teacher is in big trouble. Her ethical conduct is ridiculous at best, reprehensible.
Well, I don't know. Chris, what are you studying?
Look, it's his teacher. It's not somebody who works at the school. It's his teacher. It's
he
ridiculous.
Is of
She's
age.
married. He's 19. How old is she?
She's 34.
Yes, in her sexual prime. Are you saying teachers don't have urges and
saying
desires like
I'd
other
say
people,
it's
Drew?
very
Are you saying
similar.
they're animatronic robots who
very
sit up there
similar.
and bang chalk together?
Yeah, we're finding that love here. It's very similar to how a physician would relate to a patient. There's trust there. There's boundaries that shouldn't be violated, that the student and or the patient is in a position that they could be easily be taken advantage of. Terminate this relationship, Chris, please. If this teacher is as nuts as she might be, and it comes after you or tries to manipulate you in any way, tell other administrators at the school.
All right, now relax. What are you learning?
Oh, come on.
What class? I want to know what class.
It's English 12. I'm making it up because I flunked last year.
Okay, and she's just teaching you a little grammar over there, a little bedside grammar. Nothing wrong with that. And Drew, don't tell me you haven't chased a little elderly patient tail in your time.
I have not.
All right. Chris, Hey, we just talked to a Chris. Chris, 23. You're on LoveLine.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Well, I'd like to start off by giving a testimonial to Ann. My girlfriend was having problems having an orgasm, and her, I guess, tub trick that she talks about, it worked pretty good. So.
Why, thank you. I'm so happy to hear this.
All right.
Right on.
And, Drew, I want to say you're a credit to your profession.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, but my problem is my girlfriend...
Well, what about Engineer Mike? He's doing a decent job.
Yeah, he's all right.
All right.
Is there anybody else here?
Adam, you're a good guy.
Oh, yeah,
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Okay,
Chris.
But, okay, here's the situation. We both just graduated from college, and I took a job in Chicago, and she's still looking for a job. But, now since I'm working, she wants to move in with me, and she's pressuring me about marriage and dropping all these hints. We've only been together for about almost 2 years in August. So.
Only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 years is...
And I'm
is-
still a young guy,
Yeah, we would support you on that. I mean, the statistics on young marriages are abysmal. So, you're not wanting to get married is not unreasonable, but you've got to be clear with her about what your desires are. Some people have different scripts. Some people want to get married at a certain age, and that's what they're damned to do. They're going to try to do that.
I love her. I love her to death and everything, but I still got career goals I want to set forth. I mean, I want to get an MBA.
We talked about this last night, how for men, it very often is the timing in their life, that they tend to set career, identity, and whatnot ahead of when they get married, and those things need to be in place before they can even begin thinking about marriage.
Right.
And for
Timing
women,
is very important,
Yeah.
like after the prostate cancer.
So, Chris, just be honest with your girlfriend about what your intentions are. Think about when it is in your life that you're likely to want to get married.
Here's what I would suggest.
And be honest about
Yes.
whether or not she's actually the person that you could actually get married to.
Here's what I would suggest to all the young male listeners who are trying to weasel their way out of getting married. Go, I don't know, go to the library or something and get some statistics on marriages and their failure rates and the ages.
Yeah.
Am I right, Drew?
Yeah, but, I don't know if you'll get through with that. I mean, it might be helpful ammunition.
Ammunition. It's a war against marriage. Take cover. Craig, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, Adam and Drew.
Hey.
I have two questions. The first one has to go for Drew. Drew,
Yeah.
me and my girlfriend have anal sex, and we were wondering is there any side effects to it? Like
Yeah, I mean, it's not the healthiest thing you can be doing. You're wearing a condom?
sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, for her, I don't know what your risks are for sexually transmitted disease, but to be a receptive partner in that kind of a behavior is a very efficient way to contract a sexually transmitted disease if there's one there to be transmitted.
Oh, there's the beeper. Craig, let me hop in while Drew tends to his beeper.
Okay.
Because I have a theory about anal sex and men. What is your reason behind being behind your girlfriend?
Well, I think it's just more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, afterwards, like after we have it, we end up having sex too.
Uh-huh.
And she likes it that way because I end up lasting longer.
Yeah, I'm guessing if you could get some anal sex, you could probably get some straight-ahead sex, too. I'm guessing if it's the same person.
Can I ask something?
Yes, Producer Ann.
Why is it more enjoyable?
Why for guys?
Why
Go ahead, Craig.
For Craig.
Well, I think it's more. It feels more enjoyable because she's tighter. That's how I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's been around with more other guys before, but she's been tested for diseases, and so she's kind of loose. So I like having anal sex first.
You're saying she's loose because she's been with a lot of men?
Well, I think it's because of that, but I'm not sure.
Drew?
Not likely to be the case.
How old is she?
She's 16,
Oh, she's 16. How many guys she been with?
like 6 others.
All right. Believe me, she is not loose from those 6 guys. She's loose because your penis is small.
That's your theory, huh?
What theory? That's fact. I just got the data handed into me. All right, Craig?
It's obvious.
But I have another question.
No, make it fast.
What happened to Ricky Rackman?
Fantastic. He went to another radio station.
He did?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to say hi to my friend Craig. And
All right, you big jackass. What the hell's going on tonight, Drew?
The calls have been weird since last night, too.
Have they?
Yeah. Let's try
We
this.
got to get these people. Would they? Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. What am I supposed to trust your instinct now,
No,
Drew?
no.
Sarah, 27. You're on LoveLine.
Hi, guys. I want to get you back on the right track here and say not only do you all there do a wonderful job, but I'd also like to say that Susan, Drew's wife, is that her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
She does a wonderful job to be able to take care of those kids and
Oh, let me tell you.
give up her own identity, and I really would.
Let me tell you, Sarah, there's a whole family of illegals living at Drew's house taking care of those kids.
Hey, there should be.
You know, she's going to come down here with a hatchet.
She is this close to killing me.
Yeah, she is.
Oh.
No, she does. It's a phenomenal job she has to do, and plus with my hours and things. And
But she does do, I must say in her defense, she does a wonderful job of cracking the whip in front of all the nannies.
Well, that's great. No, I would like to have her back on the show. She was just hilarious. She really put Adam in his place, and I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thanks to her because I know she's listening a lot, and
Great.
you guys do an excellent job.
Thanks, Sarah.
You guys have a nice night.
Oh, boy, that was it.
That was an all right call.
All right. Nothing wrong with a little butt licking once in a while. DJ, you're 19. You're on LoveLine.
Hi.
Hey.
This story might Adam might like, and the question goes for Drew though. About 2 summers ago, got involved in the Truth or Dare contest. Got into a very sexual thing, and eventually became friends with one of the females from it. And that female became very obsessive with the idea that no one loved her. So that female purposely got herself pregnant by 2 different people, not me, to have a child. And since she's had the child, though, I've seen her and just out of sexual desire, we've had sex. But I'm afraid that she's, fallen in love with me the same way she wanted to have that child.
Right.
All right. DJ, did she have 1 child or 2?
She has 1 child, but there were two people that inseminated her.
How old is she?
She's currently 18.
Wait a minute. 2 people inseminated her?
She had sex with 2 different guys.
And then got
One
pregnant.
guy did.
But
they don't know.
They don't know who the father is. Is that right?
Yeah, she did it on purpose because she didn't want a father for the child.
Right.
Who will win? The person with the better swimming sperm and that? And did they have sperm races?
Here's the
Seriously,
question.
Drew, how do you know? I mean,
You don't know.
some men have more powerful sperm than others?
Somebody is going to get there. And so, if natural selection is totally efficient, the more better surviving sperm will get there.
Stronger, the taller
the stronger
guy.
sperm, right.
All right, with the bigger brain.
DJ, the question is, at what age was this woman first sexually abused?
Sexually abused.
Or do you know anything about her past history?
Do I know?
Because this is a story of somebody with rather profound characterologic problems, and in fact, it is accurate that you worry about these kinds of obsessive preoccupations if she gets her hooks into you, or if she becomes attached to you. She's somebody who has intense, chaotic relationships, probably as a result of some significant trauma when she was growing up.
DJ,
have you ever talked to her about that? Imagine speaking to the person you have sex with. Isn't that an amazing concept?
Don't be condescending at this early hour, Drew. DJ, you're having sex with her, right?
No, not anymore. I've had twice I've had intercourse with her, but the only thing is I see her when I come home from school, and I'm away at school 9 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm. And
every time I see her.
All right. DJ, it does not take a scientist to figure out that the girl has some problems, especially in the field of relationships. And you, as a guy who does not want to get involved with those problems, should steer clear of her. You shouldn't be cruel. You shouldn't hurt her in any way, but you should definitely get out of there. Do not lead her on. And she's one of these people that some people you wave to them and it leads them on. So that's how I was in high school, actually.
Must have been very painful.
It still is.
I bet.
DJ.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Steer clear. It's trouble zone. Some women and men are basically, when you drive along the side of the freeway and there's some construction going on and they got cones and they got lights flashing and there's a flagman there going, move along. Keep moving. Nothing to look at here. That's what you have to do. You have to put your hands...
That's what you're doing. You're doing for him. He's just driving by. You're the flag man.
Move along.
Yeah, okay.
God, I wish I had one of those Caltrans flagmen at a lot of parties I've been to where I've tried to talk to women. There really should be the dating flagmen where you're talking to someone and you're going, so who invited you to the party? And they're going, I killed my last husband because he was weak. You want the dating flag man to go, okay, nothing to see here. Move along. Keep it going. 10-2 on the steering wheel. Drew, you got another call?
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Phil,
Yes.
21.
How you doing?
Hey, that's what I like, a little energy.
Well, I've been drinking a little bit tonight.
All right.
Thanks.
That's fine.
Thanks for sharing.
Whatever works for us, Phil. Go ahead.
Right on. Well, I'm having a real hard time dealing with a breakup. She just broke up with me about 2 months ago. I don't think I should be feeling this bad after 2 months, but
The average period of feeling bad after a breakup of a bona fide relationship is about 6 months.
really?
Yeah.
Yes, but but
Average.
the heart knows no statistic, Drew.
Although I must say, Phil doesn't sound all that cut up about this.
Well, he's loaded.
Yeah, I'm loaded.
Phil, listen. Phil, first off, stay home tonight.
Yeah.
Don't do any of that BS where you have another 12-pack and you head over there looking for some chapstick that may have fallen out of your pocket and got wedged between the sofa pillows in 1972.
Hell no.
I want my chapstick. I'm not leaving without it. Phil.
No.
Phil, it hurts, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
How long did you go out with her?
3 years.
Oh, yeah.
3
Since he was
years
18.
with her.
Oh,
All the way through college.
That's all you knew.
Junior college?
Yep.
That's the only love you ever knew, isn't it?
Yep.
And now it's gone.
Yep.
Into the arms of another man.
Oh, yeah.
Really? That's tough.
As far as I know.
Oh.
Actually, in some ways, that's better because it makes you really end it. You're not going to try to get back with it.
A week ago was her senior prom at school and stuff.
She's what, 17, 18?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 3 years. You met her when you were 15? When she was 15?
He was 18.
Yeah.
All right. Phil, chalk this one up to experience.
And everybody gets to go through this. And God forbid you should get married. I mean, it has to end in some fashion.
Right.
So you can continue
I want it to end. I want it to end for her, but at the same time, I can't help feeling that this girl is the only one for me.
Right.
Right. Just like I couldn't help feeling that Stephanie was the only one for me, and Drew couldn't help but feel that Broomhilda was the only one for him back when he was a senior in high school. Everybody feels that this is the only one for me, but they don't give a rat's ass about the other guy and the other girl. It's kind of weird. But that one you think is the only
first
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, she isn't. Obviously, she's not.
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right.
I can't help feeling, though, I want to kick his ass so bad.
All right, Phil. Relax over there now. That's the Paps talking, isn't it, Phil?
Probably.
Listen, Phil.
Yeah.
Sleep it off tonight. Tomorrow, you pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You hear me, Phil?
Yeah, I hear you.
You shave in the morning, you understand?
Okay.
And pluck that hair out of between your eyebrows there, the one that's making a monobrow. Give yourself two brows. Who do you think you are, Matt Dillon?
No.
All right, then you take a handful of the pomade there, and you rub it into your scalp. You take that comb, the one that never breaks. You
Yeah.
slick your hair back.
Okay.
You go in the closet and you pick out something flirty. Something
Flirty?
flowery. Yeah, something that makes you feel pretty.
Okay.
Vertical stripes make you look taller. You put a carnation in the lapel.
Uh-huh.
You slap on a little aqua velva. You stick your chin out. You tighten up your belt a little. You suck in that gut and you throw out that chest. Do you hear me, Phil?
Yeah, but then I'm going to look like Al Capone.
Listen to me. You put on your best fedora. You open the curtains and look out the window and take a deep breath and exhale. Then you retreat to the sofa and masturbate till your penis falls off.
Right on.
All right?
Right on. Thanks a lot,
All
guys.
right.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Adam,
Drew.
what would we do without you?
We would all have a mass suicide like Jonestown. There would be
Don't get any ideas.
There'd be a tremendous cauldron of Kool-Aid made up, and people would wait in line for miles to.
In a coil pot made by Adam Carolla.
All right, enough with the ceramic major references. I booked my dad today, by the way.
Where?
On this show.
No kidding.
Father's Day. Oh yes.
Should I bring my dad up?
Is he alive?
Yeah.
All right, bring him in.
All right, we'll have both fathers.
All right, yeah, have a field day with him.
All right.
Go ahead. Talk about cooking weeds. Talk about the abuse that I suffered at the hands of the family growing up. Make fun of his nappy hair. You know, he gave it to me.
Oh, scary.
And we'll be back.
The phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Call now, all you sick kids. LoveLine will be right back.
I have a pot of coffee in me, and I am just filled with piss, vinegar, and caffeine, and I am raring to go. I am chomping at the bit, Drew.
I know you are.
I am going to heal every mofo person within the sound of my voice.
Are they healed now?
Absolutely. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Then be the phone number. Here be the fax number. 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Crowley's Dr. Drew, specialist. Nora, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, I'm 18, and I've been seeing a 46-year-old man for about 6 months now.
Healthy.
And my question is actually to Dr. Drew.
Yes.
And my question is, well, first of all, he tells me that he loves me and that it's not just my body. But all my friends keep telling me that that's not possible. And my question actually is, in your opinion, is it possible for two people with such a great age difference to ever have a meaningful relationship?
Well, I mean, you're couching that in terms that I can't, respond to the way I'd like to. Yes, it's possible, but it's not likely. And if you look at the data on pregnant teenagers these days, the vast majority are impregnated by older men, substantially older adults.
Really?
Yes. And the reason that the laws and whatnot are in place to protect young people is that these are typically abusive or at least exploitative relationships that are not good for you. You're 18. You still need to become an adult and figure out what it is you want from a relationship by developing with your peers. You have an adult who has a very fixed idea about what he or she needs. And I'm not just including men in this. I mean, women, I think if this were a young man calling, I'd feel similar.
People are not quite as outraged because when an older woman gets with a younger guy, they look at her as more of a tutor than a girlfriend. They assume it's going to end, and she's just sort of showing him the sexual ropes.
Right, that's a good point, and that sort of points out the differences in how young people, particularly, experience physical relationships. For you, Nora, are you having sex with this guy?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
No, duh, Drew.
Well, I have to ask the question.
What do you think he's there for?
All right, but that for you is probably a much more emotional experience than it is likely to be for a male, and so at least it often is. For you, it's something that attaches commitment and an emotional connection, and potentially things like marriage, what occurred to you. To the male, it could be just a physical relationship, and that's it.
All right, Drew.
No matter what he tells you.
Drew, you've had your moment in the sun. Now it's my time to go to the cellar, the root cellar with Nora. Nora.
Yes.
How's he look nude?
Does he look nude?
Yes.
The same as any other man?
Really?
Yeah.
Except for the gray around the nuts?
It's not gray.
It's not?
No.
And where did you meet this guy?
Through my sister.
And how old were you when you met him?
I've only known him for about 6 months, so I was 18.
Mm-hmm. And is this guy fresh off a divorce?
No, he's never been married.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could be something for him.
Or distinctly against.
Does he treat you right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Does he let you drive the car once in a while?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I have to ask a strange question. Even I don't know where I'm going.
I know that,
Adam.
I know you don't. Half the time when you open your mouth, you don't know what's coming out.
Well, my other question is that, I've known this the entire time, that this was a completely unhealthy relationship.
Okay.
But,
Nora, can he perform okay?
yeah.
But what, Nora? But what?
But I want to know if it's possible, because I am having feelings for him. It's been 6 months. And I want to know if it's ever possible for people to just stop having that type of relationship and still be friends. I mean, It doesn't always work, but do you know of any people that actually works
Yes,
for?
I mean, you're asking these absolutes, Can it ever happen?
Well,
yes, it can happen, but it's difficult and it doesn't often work.
Drew.
And at very least, you ought to spend 6 months to completely separated before you try to have a friendship again.
I know you're not a scientist or an astrologist.
Right,
but
I am a scientist.
Okay. All right, get off the horse for a second. Isn't it possible a meteor the size of Nebraska could hit the Earth at some point?
It is possible.
All right. Nora?
Yes.
Listen, here's who I worry about.
And I don't think the astrologers are the ones you'd consult to discuss that issue.
An astronomer. All right, wise guy. There's no script to this show, Nora.
Yeah.
There's the high horse out of the barn. Better late than never. Nora, here's my feeling on all these things, and we talk about this all the time. You know not what you do. You see a guy, he's got his own car, he's got his own house, he has his own toupee. You're very excited to be with a guy like this.
He has all
It is him who I blame. Because, Drew, you're what, 37?
Yeah.
Imagine yourself 10 years older than you are now going after a 17-and-a-half-year-old or an 18-year-old.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Even me. and
that's saying a lot.
It really is.
It's sort of a benchmark for how messed up somebody would have to be.
Right. When I wouldn't do it, it's not a good idea. Nora, here's the deal. As long as the guy treats you right, I don't know, hang in it, but always leave a little part of your heart out of it.
Get the hell out. Get out. She knows it's bad.
All right. Nora, you know it's bad.
Okay?
All right? Okay. Nora, give him his teeth back and get out of the relationship. All right, Drew, maybe you're right. Jason, 23, you're on LoveLine. Hey!
How you doing tonight, guys?
Wow.
Good.
Okay, so where do you want me to begin?
Start at your penis.
Start at my what?
All right, listen.
Okay.
Listen, you bumpkin, let's go.
Okay, I've got this girlfriend, and she's got a husband. Now, my problem is we all live in the same house.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, straight out of Geraldo, I sit here and think, my God, that should be me on that show.
How old is she?
How old is she? Oh, God, 35. Is she going to kill me when she hears this? 35.
How old is he?
He's a little older, 38.
What's their relationship like?
He pretty much stays to himself. He's got a little problem that I won't go into.
What is the problem?
The problem? Oh, God. It's the glass dick. He's got a methamphetamine problem. He smokes it through a glass tube, and
all right. This is a sick situation, right?
Yeah.
You've got a severe addict in the household. The codependent to that addict is seeking refuge by hanging out with you and sort of taking a hostage.
I'm guessing Jason's no stranger to the meth pipe himself.
Wrong.
A year ago, I could say that. I was, but I'm clean now.
All right, but now you're lying?
I'm clean and she's clean, so...
Yeah, but nobody's in recovery.
I go to NA.
Okay, thank you.
And so
thank you. How long have you been in NA?
That 12-step program.
Good. How long have you been in NA?
About 6 months now.
And what does NA tell you about your first 6 months of sobriety? About having relationships.
About having relationships? Well, something like this is completely unheard of.
Thank you. And that it jeopardizes your sobriety quite profoundly, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason,
plus, you're living with an amphetamine addict. For Christ's sake, if that's your drug of choice, that drug is going to be exposed to you. You're eventually going to find your way to it. Your brain is going to drive you to it. And you're in this dysfunctional relationship, and you're 6 months into your sobriety, which congratulations.
Well, wait a minute. She's in a dysfunctional relationship. He's just banging someone's wife.
Well,
basically, yes.
But Jason, imagine if this thing explodes, the relationship, this household. That is a threat to his well-being.
Speed kills, doesn't it, Doc?
Do you know? Are you
relax?
No, wait a minute.
Came in his shorts.
Wait, do you know what? Did I tell you? Hang on a second, Jason.
Yes.
Did I tell you this?
Yes, 1,000 times.
All right, forget it. People on amphetamine get very violent. Let's just.
What's the story behind speed kills, Drew?
The fellow by the name of David Smith, who runs the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic up in San Francisco, coined that phrase not to lead people to believe that if you do speed, it will kill you, which it can, but that people who do speed get violent and kill other people.
All right. Now, Jason.
Yeah.
Are you totally sober?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I put that on my little girl.
You don't smoke pot. You don't do beer.
No.
Okay,
no
Jason.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
You are living in a powder keg. Do you understand that?
What did your sponsor tell you?
I've let him know a little bit.
Jason,
He's lying.
They're divorcing.
Jason, what kind of an honest program is that? I mean, you got to get with it. Get honest.
Not very.
Call your sponsor when you put the phone down from us, and he'll kick your butt a little bit, and that's what you
think
need.
I should?
Absolutely.
Jason, honestly, what did you expect us to say?
I don't know.
All right.
I
just
wanted to know if I was like the freak of Sacramento, or if it was just me.
No.
Is it just me?
It might be the freak, but you certainly have shown and placed, and you're making a strong run to be titled the freak of Sacramento.
But look, I'm sure it doesn't make you happy to be in this situation. It's an unpleasant situation. I'm sorry you're in it, but you need to deal with it. Your sobriety is too important.
He's got to get out of there.
Yeah, he's got to get with the program.
All right. Jennifer, 24, you're on LoveLine.
Hello.
Hey.
I have kind of a silly, embarrassing question, but
Good.
It's totally true.
We don't care if you lie, just as long as it's silly and embarrassing.
Okay.
And titillating.
All right.
I like to say that word, titillate.
I know you do.
My
Don't say it
boyfriend,
anymore.
who I've been with for like a year and a half, when we sleep together sometimes, just like fall asleep together, sometimes in the middle of the night I wake up and he's kissing me and like touching me and like messing around with me, but he's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And last night it got to the point where he was almost having sex with me, and I think it's kind of strange. And then he kind of wakes up and like goes into it, but it bothers me, and I think it's kind of weird sometimes.
Have you discussed this with him?
Yeah, but he doesn't know what causes it. Like,
Is he definitely asleep?
yeah.
This is a guy you're just friends with?
No. This is my boyfriend.
Oh. What do you care where he feels you up while you're asleep?
Well, I also wonder if it could happen with someone else. Like, I just wonder, like, what causes it, and then...
Is he on any medications?
No.
Let me explain something, Jennifer.
Okay.
The penis never rests. Penis never goes to sleep.
So this is something normal? Like this?
Absolutely. The mind falls asleep, but the penis never stops.
Let me interrupt
The penis is like that big nuclear-powered clock they have over there in Geneva or wherever it is. It keeps going. It has to, in order to keep all the other clocks in line.
Okay, so this is something that... Because I've never been with another guy that this has happened.
Okay, hold on. Does he walk in his sleep or have night terrors or anything else?
No, nothing like
Just this in his sleep?
Just this.
Do you know for a fact that he's actually asleep, or is he just telling you he's asleep?
No, I believe him. He says he's asleep, and I believe him.
Yeah, but you know what it is. Drew, you've done this before. You fall asleep. You get an erection, you start rolling around, you feel the pressure, the blood's out of the brain, it's into the weenus, you start feeling a little amorous, you roll along, you pop it inside, your dog gets very upset, scurries into the next room. You know, you've been there, haven't you, Drew? Drew?
No.
Well, then...
It's normal, Jennifer. It's totally normal.
But probably.
So what if he was with a friend, like sleeping in the same bed? Could the same thing happen?
No, he knows where he is.
But maybe that's what this is all about. Maybe he's reserving that story for an excuse in the future.
Oh, that's diabolical, Drew. You set it up this way, and then you have yourself an affair with a couple of hookers at some brothel and claim that you've just fell asleep in the heart-shaped bed, that the coins that you'd fed into it to get it to do the cyclo-massage action had lulled you to sleep. You woke up, you were half asleep with this erection, and you put it in the first open orifice you could find. That is brilliant.
Yo, G. The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine, right back.
Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He's Dr. Drew. Tonight our special guest is no one.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, my Catholic little brother will come in here and see if I can get some women going through the sort of sympathetic route.
Oh, there had to be some agenda to bring him on.
I am trying to show that there's a sensitive side to the man.
All right.
All right there, Drew?
After you abuse my kids and my wife.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to be redeemed with this. All right.
I love
That's
all
fine.
of them, man.
Yeah.
And 17, you're on LoveLine.
Hi. I have a question. Okay. I'm 17, and I wanted to know if there's such a thing as a nymphomaniac, because if there is, I think I am one.
Mm-hmm.
I've had sex with a lot of people, and I've always, used condom, and I've been on the pill and everything like that. And I've never busted into anyone's relationships or anything, but I've had sex with a lot of people, and I love sex, and I wanted to know if there's such a thing as an nymphomaniac.
What is a lot of people?
I probably about...
You know the exact number. Now give it to us. No woman in the world does not know the number. Absolutely. Anne, very seriously, just one moment. You know the exact number, don't you?
Yeah.
It's right at the tip of your fingers, isn't it? At all times.
Uh-huh.
And that hemming and hawing is nothing more than a badly disguised acting job, isn't it, Anne?
Yeah.
All women know the number. Go ahead, Anne.
48.
Okay. And how old were you when you first had sex?
I was 14.
40. No, I'm not. I can't believe 48.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I know.
Was there anything that happened to you before the age of 14?
No. No.
Were you ever raped?
No. I don't know. Someone told me that, because I had counseling like a year back, and they said that the first time I had sex it was, but I wasn't really sure.
How old were you then?
I was 14.
And that was the rape incident?
Well, that's what I was told.
Well, wait a minute. You're counting that as a rape?
That's what she's calling. I'm saying what happened, and now the next question is what happened before that led to her being such an easy victim, or such a prone victim that she was victimized, didn't even recognize it, and still has trouble accepting.
You know,
it.
Drew, I do, and I'm the first one to work that "what'd your dad do to you" route,
right?
Or what happened to you when you
Right.
were young. I'm
Right.
the first guy to go down that road.
But you just want to believe that Anne's not one of those.
I do in my heart of hearts. But no, I can say this. There are some women, just like there are some men, that their engine turns at a little higher RPM. They run a little hotter.
That's correct, and that's why I asked.
And there's some people that run, by the way,
colder.
there's some people that run cold, and you
Right.
never really grill them.
Yeah. No. Wait a minute. No. Oh, yes, you can, though, for similar reasons.
Well, yeah, if they say I haven't had sex in 40 years, but if they say, I'm 28 and I've had 3 partners and I'm just not that, you wouldn't grill them.
But that's why I asked the question, how many? Some young women particularly say, oh, I'm a nymphomaniac, I've had sex with all these guys. How many? 3. And 48, we would say, is a lot of context.
But
and it started with a rape where she was victimized and didn't have the ability to perceive it as a victimization.
All right, Drew, you're force-feeding her now. Anne, how old was the guy when you were 14?
He was, must have been 17 or 18. I was a freshman, and he was, no, he must have been 17.
All right, did he force it on you?
See, that's what I don't know. I mean, I went along with it, but I didn't know if I wanted to, and
Were you drunk or high?
No.
Okay, so...
But a lot of times since then, I have been.
Right, but Drew, I'm sorry, but I'm not counting that as a rape, because, and here's what I want to say about rape very quickly, and I'm going to get in a big load of crap for this, but rape is a horrible, traumatizing thing to do to a man or to do to a woman or do to anybody. Rape is horrible. And when you take what Ann did, which was basically sober as a teenager, get hooked up with a guy 3 years older than she was, and go have consenting sex, if you call that rape, then I believe it diminishes the people that were really raped, where the guy broke into the house and held a knife to their throat.
All right, okay. But this is, and we're not going to be able to get beyond the basic question. And let me just answer what you asked, and that was, is there such a thing as a nymphomaniac? And basically, that is a category that I don't think has any real meaning today. That people who do a lot of sexual, we call acting out, usually have some significant emotional or characterologic problems. It's why we're going towards asking you what happened in your childhood that led you to have such problems with intimacy and self-worth that you need to act out in this manner. So it's nymphomaniacs usually implies sexual acting out that is not particularly enjoyable, and is sort of self-destructive. And that's usually the situation in which you're describing.
Yeah, and Anne probably isn't enjoying it as much as she claims to, or she wouldn't have called up and presented it in the form of a problem.
And really, people find true meaning from intimate, empathic connections with people, not from physical, fly-by-night
On the other hand, you cannot totally rule out the horn dog factor. Drew, Gary, 24, you're on LoveLine.
How you doing?
Hey.
Got a question for either you, Adam, or Dr. Drew. Me and my wife have been married for almost 3 years now, and she's got a son from a prior relationship, and we had a child herself, and we just had our second child, which actually makes our third.
Mm-hmm.
And question is, during her second pregnancy with me, I was in the Army, and she was very, very sexually active
during the pregnancy.
During the pregnancy,
huh?
And
with you?
Yeah, with me.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is,
you had to ask.
Well, I had to ask because he said he was in the Army. I thought he was stationed somewhere.
But I mean, I would be sound asleep, and I'd wake up to either her going down.
Okay, all right.
No, wait a minute.
Now we got.
Wait a minute. You were sleeping? Yeah.
I would be sleeping. I'd wake up to her going down and me climbing on top.
Can you imagine if we hooked her up with that call we had about 10 minutes ago? They'd just be banging away and no one would even know it.
And during the third pregnancy...
The sleeping call, Drew, with that puss on. What happened to your brain?
And with our third baby, she didn't want sex hardly at all.
During the pregnancy?
During the pregnancy. I was the aggressor. I wanted it. Is that a common thing with during pregnancies or what?
Not that I've heard of. But how is she after the pregnancy over?
Yeah, the pregnancy.
Everything okay now?
Oh, everything's fine now. She's wanting it, and
then don't worry about it. It's just one of those anomalies. I mean, for Christ's sake, she had to take care of 2 kids at the same time as being pregnant. I mean, there's a lot of other things that factor into somebody's sexual desires other than their blood flow.
Gary.
Yeah.
Let's not live in the past here.
Right.
Your wife was pregnant. She turned off the sexual hot plate for a couple of months while she got her thoughts and hormones in order.
Right.
Now she popped the kid out. She's right back on schedule, right?
Yeah.
All right. Carry on, as they say in the military. Go forth and conquer.
All right.
Go forth and hump your wife. I think it says that in the Bible, actually, Drew. Cheryl, 23. You're on LoveLine.
Where?
In the Bible.
Where?
Oh, in Job, 15.
Yes?
Yes, Cheryl.
Hi, yes.
Yes.
Hi, my question is that the fact that I met a guy at a bar on Friday night, and we were talking and hanging out, and then I slept over at his place, and then Saturday we spent all day together, and we were going to play a joke on his friend. And his friend, Kevin, I called him up, and I pretended that I saw him at work and that I liked him and whatever, and he can give me a call. So that what happened, and then I started talking to the guy, Kevin, like intermittently throughout the past week. But I've also seen the other guy that I started to see in the beginning on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to have feelings about the guy that we were playing the joke on.
Good.
In the beginning. And they're good friends. And
Good.
I think the second guy is actually, he's very ethical.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he takes friendship very seriously. Or at least I hope he does, because that's the kind of person that I'd want to go out with.
Right. Okay.
So because you can't have him, that's why you want.
Well, we had this.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I talked to the guy on the phone, and he sounds very interesting.
We had a version of this call last night.
Okay.
First off, it serves the guy you're going out with right now right for you to go over there and fall in love with Kevin. Because he put you up to this, didn't he?
No, actually, I thought of it.
You did?
Yeah, it was a joke. He didn't put me up to it. Actually, I was very willing to go and make a joke. Because
Whose idea was it?
It was my idea, and I'm the one who made the call, and I actually...
You said this guy who you'd known for 3 days, you met at a bar, you're basically just going over to his house for some cheap, lustful sex, and you said to him, hey, do you got a friend we could screw with?
No, because the guy on Friday, we actually talked a lot, and we had a good conversation, and we got along in the morning really well, and we had a really good talk, and we were just playing. And I met his friend Friday night at the bar.
And you said, let's call this Kevin up and screw with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was
basically.
totally your idea.
It was totally my idea.
All right.
The whole conversation.
Good. You deserve to be struck by lightning.
So what do you think I should do about it, though?
I think you should. You should burn in hell. Is what you should do.
That sounds like it will hurt.
You should be tormented by the devil.
Okay. If I was not an atheist, then maybe that would have some meaning.
Oh, atheist, huh?
But what I'm saying is that I'm concerned about their friendship and the first guy's feelings.
Then back out. Just get out of there.
Yeah, you haven't done anything.
But also, I should not ignore my feelings and deny myself if I feel that would be something.
Oh, stop!
All right,
No,
Cheryl,
no.
let me say something about you and your gut instincts and ignoring your feelings and or entertaining your feelings. So far, it has gotten you nowhere. You have entertained your feelings your entire life. You've gone nowhere. Stop entertaining your feelings. No. Start listening to us. Forget about your feelings for just 1 minute. I want everyone to forget about their own feelings for just 1 minute. You know that gut instinct that your grandpa told you about? Forget it. That's gas.
Well, he's dead, so.
All right, but before he died, he told you about that gas. Ignore it. Forget about it. You have nothing with this guy, Kevin. You spoke on the phone and he was polite. Please.
But
live in reality. Oh, I've had enough of this nonsense.
Welcome to the biggest show on earth. Thrills galore. The strangest freaks. The highest acrobats. And the funniest clowns.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Let's try something interesting. Let's take a phone call. John, 24, you're on LoveLine.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Okay, I'll be brief. This girl told me something that I should try with women, and I want to try it with my girlfriend, and I don't know if it's real safe or not. She told me that if you go down on a woman, you get her, moist and whatnot, and then you insert an Alka-Seltzer, and you go ahead and have sex, that it guarantees like a multiple orgasm for the woman every time. It's pleasurable for the man, too, and everything.
There are no guarantees for the woman to have a multiple orgasm, but I can tell you one time I masturbated with some Rolaids up my ass.
Really?
It was wonderful. Oh, yes, and no chalky aftertaste.
Actually, over the years, I have heard this little thing, this technique, and it worries me. Alka-Seltzer is loaded with aspirin, and that could irritate that area. But, when I said that last time, I remember this technique. People called in and said, oh, it's wonderful, it's great, so whatever. It's whatever.
Because they...
So it works.
What?
So it works.
Jade Barrymore was the one that told us about it? That's right in her book.
So it works.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Go to town. Hey, we need to pick them up as a sponsor. And we'll be back in 10.
This is LoveLine on radio station.
Oh, we're just laughing about all kinds of things here. Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Drew is going to do his goddamn homework one of these nights and watch the video that, what, Lifetime? Who sent you that?
You know what? There's like a major battle in my household to gain control
the
of
Learning
television.
Channel, yes, sorry.
The television.
Yeah, well, bring the tape in. There's
All right,
80 video recorders here. I'll watch it.
All right.
On Killer Sperm, by the way, and they were nice enough to send it out to us. The Learning Channel, that is. So putting a word in for them. Dave, 16, you're on LoveLine.
Okay.
You're on.
Oh, hello?
Yep.
All right.
I already don't believe him.
What?
Go ahead, Dave. What's up?
Okay, well, about a couple months ago, I had sex with this chick, and so far I've heard from a couple other people that she slept with a guy that had HIV without a condom, and I slept with her without a condom, and she said that she tested negative for HIV, but she sounded like she wasn't telling the truth about it.
Why don't you ask her to see the report? To show you the report.
What?
Why don't you ask her to show you the report?
I didn't know that you came with the report, but I don't know. It's like I want to go in to get checked, but I don't want to go in to get checked because I'm afraid that what it's going to say.
And that's really the natural reaction, right? It's of course you'd be frightened about what the potential results would be, but the probability is you're going to be negative. How long ago did you have sex with her?
It was during spring break.
So a month or so ago?
Yeah, about that.
Okay. You should get tested, and you should get tested again in 6 months. The vast majority of conversion will have occurred within that 6-month window. But it's real unlikely. It's very
How long is the window period?
6 months.
6 months.
But it's real unlikely. It is. You first of all, she's probably HIV negative. You believe her to be HIV negative, and if she's HIV negative, you're not going to get AIDS from her, right?
Well, yeah.
So relax, get the test done. If you want her to show you her report, most people will have actually the report.
Well,
Most
because
people ask
I
me
guess
for
she
that.
had like sex with this guy a couple times without a condom, and he.
It is a very difficult disease to contract. It is an infectious disease, but not a contagious disease.
Oh, Drew, wait a minute. You are poisoning the minds of the youth of America with that kind of talk. You are begging them to go out and have unprotected sex
Which I'm
with
not.
that sort of rhetoric.
Which I'm not, and of course you should learn from this. You don't need to go through this anxiety next time. If you wear a condom, you will have substantially reduced your risk, and obviously that would be a much better. You'd feel much better about it had you worn a condom last time, right? But it is the fact is you probably don't have anything to worry about. I just examined a woman last week who had been having sex with an HIV positive male for 3 years unprotected, HIV negative.
All right. Well, there you go.
And it's not that uncommon.
Well,
But you don't want to take any risk with such a devastating illness, but I just want Dave to calm down about it and look at the reality and get tested and be done with it.
All right, let me ask you this, Drew. You say let's just say I had sex with somebody. Let's say I thought, my left hand was infected or something.
Yeah, oh boy.
And
you'd be very likely to contract it then.
You may not be likely to kill myself. But I would become ambidextrous in a heartbeat. But here's the deal. Let's just say I thought I may have contracted this disease.
Right.
You suggest that I go out and get tested the following day.
No.
You don't?
No.
But you're saying don't... All right, wait a minute. 6 months is sort of the incubation period,
right.
as far as we know.
Right.
To the
For the
best
most
of
part.
everyone's
For the most
knowledge.
part, yeah.
Okay. So, should I go get tested the next day and then again in 6 months, or should I just go get tested in 6 months?
You can do either, or you can wait about 4 to 6 weeks just to assuage your own anxiety. Some people do it pretty quickly after, just because they want to know they're okay now, and then they'll come back in 6 months and do it again.
But
it's most cost effective to just do it in 6 months.
But here's what I'm saying: 6 months is the time when like if it's after 6 months, you don't have it.
Right.
For the most part.
Right.
I mean, okay.
So it makes sense if you can hang with your anxiety, which most people can't. Just wait the 6 months.
But will it most of the time, if you have it, will it take in the first month? And just in some cases go all the way to 6 months. I want to know what percentage of people get it and it shows in 2 weeks.
I would expect to be around 3 months most cases.
All right. Well, look into that. Come on, start doing your job. What the hell was that?
Somebody hung up.
All right.
Hold on.
No. I want to talk to this guy,
right.
Jim.
Oh, hey.
25. You're on LoveLine.
Yeah, I got a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and my girlfriend, we have like sex, and like when I
orgasm.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She says like it burns. Okay. Like.
Hold on, Jim. How old are you?
I'm 25.
You cannot come up with the word orgasm?
Well, I tried to,
He's on the radio.
Who are you, the beeve or something? For Christ's sake, you're 25. You're doing God knows what to your girlfriend with your penis, and you can't say orgasm on the radio.
Well, I was trying to think of a good word.
All right, so when you make gunk and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, she says, like, it burns, okay? And she says, like, well, like, all the time, okay, it does it all the time, and it's like, sometimes I guess it lasts for, like, a few days.
All right.
I was wondering if that was normal.
It's not normal.
No.
There are a couple of sort of reasons, many reasons for that. In fact, has she had a pelvic exam in the last?
I don't
recently?
think so. No, actually.
Okay, so obviously she needs to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
She needs to get checked out to make sure there's not something going on there that predisposes to this irritation.
Right.
One is that she may have some kind of vaginal infection. Two is there may be some kind of irritation you guys caused by whatever it is you're doing, and there actually is such a thing as allergy. Some women actually have an
Allergies
allergy.
could cause that?
Yeah, actually, it can be an allergic reaction.
Oh.
But get it checked out. If she's having pain, it's not working, things aren't right. Have her see a gynecologist or a general doctor.
Let me tell you something. I'm thinking it could be Jim's problem. It could be Jim. I rented this movie once called
please.
Skip Jisman, Super Sperm Man. Oh yes, and the thing is, the stuff was like acid. It burned a hole right through the slab of the condo he was in. I absolutely had to get new bedding. So could it be that he's been, I don't know, eating too many batteries or vitamin C or something? Yes.
I mean, could he have some sort of infection or something? I mean, he could be carrying an infection also, but...
So it'd be better for, just both of us to get checked out then?
Yeah, particularly for her to get checked out, okay?
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks a lot.
All right, Jim. It's a good thing I watch those movies.
Yeah, thank you.
Robbie, 25, you're on LoveLine.
Please share some more, Adam.
How are ya? Well, I'm a real virgin to your show. I just kind of happened upon your program when I got home. But my problem is, my husband and I have been, I would say, happily married for almost a year and a half. The problem is he wants to do it all the time. He's a couple years younger than I. And it's, when we have great sex, it's great for both of us. But I'm tired a lot of the times. I'm currently working 2 jobs to kind of pay some of the bills. And my problem is he makes fun of me with his friends when I'm there. So I think that, gosh, that's fine if you joke about all this when I'm not there.
What does he say exactly?
Oh, God, she never wants to do it. I want to do it all the time. Yeah. And she's...
So he's just pressuring you. It's just another way of applying pressure.
Yeah.
He's using the support of his friends to try to manipulate you into what he wants.
Like it's kind of like blackmail,
It is.
Stop making you,
Yeah,
Robbie?
Yeah.
What junior college does this guy go to?
Junior college. Well, he used to go to college down in Alabama, but he's not currently going.
Okay, but they threw his ass out of there for being too stupid, didn't they? Listen, what kind of crap is this? I should ask what finishing school this guy went to. He's sitting around in your presence talking about how you don't put out?
Oh, and it's embarrassing because the fact is we do have great sex probably 3 times a week, and sometimes I'll say, honey, you come, I'm too tired, or it's going to take me too long, but you go. So he's going to get satisfied either way. So I don't understand why he has a problem with me not being able to go.
And I'll tell you something, guys. This is no way to get into your woman's panties. You start talking about how your woman does not put out in front of your friends, it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Her vagina will slam shut like a castle door.
It sure is embarrassing. I just want to say, now, guys, really? And they're like, yeah, right, whatever. They're not going to believe me.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's not fair.
All right, this guy's all class. Now, what is he doing while you're out busting your hump working 2 jobs?
No, he does. He is a flooring apprentice. He did, his hours are really wild.
Flooring apprentice?
Yeah, he does like...
What is that, Adam?
Carpet linoleum.
Well, Adam...
All right, this guy's on the fast track to nowhere. Flooring apprentice. Let me tell you, just being a floorer you should be ashamed of that title alone. Being a florist...
That's the fancy word for it.
A flooring apprentice. Yeah, this guy's a adhesive back tile technician is what he prefers. Let me tell you,
that actually sounds a little bit better.
That is like being called like Junior Cocor or something. That is the worst title I've ever heard in my life.
Well, that's the best I guess I could come up with.
He's all day on his knees banging his knee against that thing. You know that carpet stretcher?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and he complains because it's too small. He's a pretty tall, big guy. He says it's too small, and he does work really hard, and I don't have a problem with the way he makes his living. It's just I wish he wouldn't make fun of the whole thing when it's partially inaccurate and very embarrassing.
Robbie? Robbie?
What?
Did you ever bring the knee pads home and ask you to put them on?
Well, he has pants, and they fit right in.
Does he ever go upside your ass with a notch trowel?
The hell's a notch trowel?
Use the notch trowel to put the mastic on the floor.
What's mastic? More than me.
Mastic's adhesive he used to put the tile down or put the flooring down.
The lingo.
No, baby, you want to talk flooring? I'll go head-to-head with any man when it comes to flooring. Adhesive back tiles, linoleum, pavers,
vinyl tile,
ceramic tile, vinyl tile.
We come to my house?
No, absolutely not. Robbie.
So you definitely agree that it's
yeah, this guy's out of line, even for a flooring guy. And let me tell you what goes on, because I've been in the trades. These guys work in a closed environment without much ventilation, and they're basically sucking up toxic adhesive for their entire... They're on their knees. They're down in all fours, and they're
Really?
just basically spreading this toxic, caustic mastic on with a notch trowel, and they're basically sucking the fence. It rots your brain.
Well, I mean, inhaled hydrocarbons will do that. We'll dissolve your frontal lobes.
Yes, absolutely.
How long do you do it for, Adam?
Years.
There's actually
Okay,
something.
there you go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've sucked up many a toxic dust cloud in my working days. Christina, it's amazing I'm so lucid. Christina,
Yeah.
you're 15?
Hi.
You want to talk flooring?
What?
Okay, good.
Hi. Okay, I have this problem. There's this guy that I really like. I like him a lot because I like him a lot, and I know he likes me a lot. But my dad has a problem with his age.
How old is he?
He's 20. We don't have a sexual relationship or anything. It's strictly just, we get along really great. He's a good guy because I was involved with gangs and I had a bad life, and he kind of turned me around.
So it's strictly a priest and parishioner?
Well, see, my dad liked him when he thought he was 17, and I told him he was 20, and I was just wondering if it was wrong of me to see him behind my dad's back, because I like him a lot, and I don't really want to stop seeing him.
Oh, jeez.
Geez, I almost feel for Christina. I mean, she sounds sincere.
Thank you.
This guy did help her turn it around in some fashion. but
Now
God knows
he's
what.
trying to turn her around.
Right.
Christina,
Yeah.
here's the deal. The guy sounds like a pretty decent guy.
Mhm.
And I know I may sound like I'm contradicting myself and going against LoveLine policy by saying, here's what you do.
Mhm.
When are you going to be 16?
Next year. I
No, this guy's got a long road to hoe. All right, here's what I would do. I would keep a relationship with this guy, not a physical relationship.
No physical relationship. You got that?
Yeah.
Christina?
It's not physical. I mean, we don't.
No, do not let it go in that direction. Do not be alone with him.
Okay.
Do not let it
Well,
go there.
she can be alone with
In
the
a restaurant, but not alone.
You can't get some at a restaurant, Drew?
No.
Listen, Christina,
Yeah.
keep a relationship. Keep him at an arm's distance.
Mhm.
Have an emotional or a psychological or a verbal relationship.
Mhm.
Things I'm planning on trying one day myself. But nothing physical.
Mhm.
And then see how things go. Dad loosens up a little. You get a little older.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And just we'll let the chips fall where they may.
The
at that
worst
point.
thing that could happen to you is if this guy is not what she thinks he is. She gets a physical relationship and then he leaves.
Right.
There would be a disaster for her emotionally.
Actually, the worst thing that could happen to her is if an anvil landed on her. But in terms of relationships, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Short of you showing up there.
Yeah. All right, wise guy. Jewel, 28.
Hi.
Hey. Hi.
Alrighty. I wanted to talk to Dr. Drew, actually.
Yeah.
Hey.
Where's Mike and his laugh? Is she there, Jewel?
I think Jewel's gone.
That was weird.
But, she was giddy. And we do not fault those who were stricken by the giddy here on LoveLine. Too late. Chris, 22, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, guys. Love
Hey.
the show.
Thanks.
Here's my dilemma. I'm a 22-year-old college student, and I've been dating this 26-year-old for about a month and a half now. And this is the problem. She has a 3-year-old daughter. And I don't know, everything is going okay, and half my friends say that I should keep on going out with her, and half of them say I should get out of the relationship. I like her a lot, but I don't think I'm ready to take on that responsibility at all. I was just wondering what you guys would do, or have you been in this situation before?
Adam's about to reveal something personal.
No. Yeah, I dated this Vietnamese chick who had 19 kids.
All right, I've never been in this situation. I've never, but I would think it'd be.
I can tell you. I can tell you.
What?
And we've talked about this before.
Uh-huh.
To me, it's just one of those things where it's sort of a preference thing. I have guys who are
yeah,
my
you did say this.
contemporaries
Yeah.
who I went to high school with and I've remained close with, who got involved with relationships, ended up marrying the woman.
Mm-hmm.
The woman had a kid or two from a prior relationship. They were thick as thieves immediately. The guy ends up adopting the kid and loves him like it was one of his own.
How old were those guys usually when they got married?
They probably met when they were in their mid-20s,
like a late 20s kind of
early
thing.
20s, and maybe got married in their mid to later 20s.
Can you understand that at 22 this would be a pretty overwhelming proposition?
Yeah, but at 24 it certainly is heard of, and it's not unheard of at 22. And if you're up to it, and it's a little bit of a challenge.
I mean, just put in the context of how much difficulty guys have. I'm not discouraging him, by the way, but I'm just trying to be, understand where he's at. And imagine how difficult it is just to come to grips with getting married and kid right away.
Some guys look at it as a relief in a weird way. That it's sort of like, hey, I moved in an apartment and already was furnished. And, all right, maybe I don't like the sofa and the rug combo so much, but at least I don't have to get the truck and go to IKEA and deal with the whole mess.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? You don't got her. Let me tell you what happens when a woman gets pregnant. Very irritable. You get either you get too much sex or you get no sex at all. It's one or the other. They start growing a beard. They get the acne on their back. It's a horrible, messy situation. And then if anything goes wrong, they blame you. As a matter of fact, even if it all goes right, they blame you through the entire process. Am I right, Drew?
And when the child's delivered, there's usually an episode of
Oh, and it's
depression.
not like it is in the movies either. Yes, that's postpartum depression. There's blood and there's this thing called the placenta that comes sliding out, and it's a disaster, Chris. Please, you already have the kid. No mess. It's not like there's no umbilical cord to cut. There he is, all cleaned up and everything. Already got a sailor suit.
Hell of a commitment to raise an adopted child.
It is. So take it slow.
Okay.
Don't commit because you don't know.
No,
don't listen to your dorky buddies.
Okay.
Are they going to junior college?
No, we're not at junior college.
All right.
This is a 4-year thing.
All right. And that's just what it is, isn't it, Chris? It's a 4-year college.
All right.
It's not a 6-year college, not an 8-year college. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Why is he 22 and still at that 4-year college? Then?
Well, let me tell you something about my buddy Zeb.
Zeb? Was he Zorbak's son or adopted son?
This is Zeb. I hope he's listening. He lives in the Bay Area now. God bless Zeb. I went to high school with him, graduated the same year I did. He went to UCLA for a semester, a quarter, whatever they're on over there, and then he went off to Berkeley to go to school. Very prestigious college. Got his SATs in order and got his admissions thing and wrote a basically like a "oh come on" letter, and they let him transfer. I went to his graduation
from Berkeley.
Yeah. In 1987.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let me put some of these. I was 23 or 22 or something. He still has not graduated. I attended his ceremony.
Ooh.
He took the tassel, he put it on the other side of the cap and everything, threw the cap up, did the whole 9 yards.
No
we
diploma.
took a videotape.
No diploma.
Still has a few credits to complete over
Very
there.
nice.
So I'm saying, you go 4 years, it's a 4-year school. Am I right, Drew?
You're right.
Thank you.
Kick it! I want to love you.
LoveLine will be right back, and boy, will we be mad if you bail.
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician and Dixon medicine specialist. He's all full of himself. And it's back to the phones we go.
We found the love tonight. There it is.
Hey.
It's good to be back.
That's right. I felt it going down my leg.
Oh, jeez.
Ann is thoroughly disgusted tonight. Look at her.
No, she's worried about that sliver of sunflower seed that's stuck in the back of her pharynx.
It's lodged in the back of my throat.
Ann came in here. Let me enlighten the listeners. Ann came in here, not the last break, but the break before it, about 20 minutes back, and basically said, "I got a sunflower seed."
I was
and it's stuck
panicking.
in me." And then Drew was on the phone, so Drew gave her a "Hey, get lost" look, and then she
Didn't
came
he
back.
Told me to go get a flashlight.
She came back 20 minutes later, or 5 minutes later, with a flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking, are you an orthodontist, Drew?
No.
What do you know about the gums?
It's not the gum. It's the back of her throat. They got
What?
nailed. Yeah.
Really? I thought it was just in your gum.
No.
Where is it? Let me see
It's
that.
in the back of my throat. Want me to
Well,
get the flashlight again?
Baby, I'll tell you, when you sit on a bag of those sunflower seeds, then you get the flashlight, and we'll talk.
Okay.
Hey, is that the call you wanted?
Janie.
Janie. Yaney.
Hello?
Hey, you're on LoveLine. You're 19.
Hey, I'm 19 and I'm a senior in high school, and I just had my senior ball, and I haven't had sex yet at all, and I had my first kiss a couple nights ago.
Nice. Really? Great.
My first kiss.
Good, good.
And it's not like that I'm ugly or anything. I'm fairly good looking. I mean, I'm very athletic. I played basketball in high school. I mean, I'm very athletic.
What'd they do? Hold you back a grade?
Well, it's a long story. They didn't
Okay.
really hold me back a grade, but
What happened?
anyways.
What happened?
We were in like a whole different country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, do the international thing.
Yeah.
That works good.
What country were you in?
Germany.
What country were you in?
Huh?
What country were you in? Middle East?
Huh? Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I know how the Aryans work.
Huh?
Were you in Germany, or did you just hear me say Germany?
No, I was in Germany.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Yeah. I said Germany.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's weird.
All right, wait a minute. Now let me just take this time to tell everyone not to mess with me. Do you understand that? How many countries are there? There's got to be at least 10. Am I right, Drew?
At least.
There's Germany.
Mexico.
From Mexico. And
Denmark.
Denmark.
Sweden.
Oh, wait a minute. Sweden's a country?
Yes.
Okay. And what about where the French live? What's that called?
France.
All right, there's 5. Right there. Now, I had only a 20% chance of getting Germany right, and I pulled that thing right out of my ass. All right, so now that we know that I'm omnipotent and all powerful.
Okay, my question is, I don't know. I don't know if I'm weird or what. I just don't know what it is, but it's like I enjoyed kissing last night. I mean, a couple nights ago, it was nice and everything, but it's like it just seems so disgusting to me. It's like I don't want to do it. It's like sex is just like it's just so weird. And
Now, Adam, you can apply your theory that you mentioned earlier about the person that may be offended or disturbed by sex as compared to somebody who's sort of acting out sexually. Remember you said we don't grill the person who...
Right. Who does not have sex,
Right.
or who is what you'd call sort of a late bloomer or slow learner or whatever.
Or repressed in some way. We don't grill her the way we would the one who's acting out so much.
No.
So ask her the questions we'd ask the person who'd had 48 partners.
Well, all right, Janie.
weird thing is that my friends are like asking me. They go,
Hey, Janie, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is your phone broken?
No.
Do you have the part that you talk into and the part that you listen in?
Yeah.
Okay, because we've been asking you things for the last 45 minutes, and you just steamroll ahead like you're on the basketball court in a fast break. Now, Jamie.
Yeah.
You kissed for the first time, and you found it to be a little repulsive.
It was okay.
Okay. Anything but agree with the host. That is the company line here, by the way, to listeners. Anything but agree with me. Andrew. There's
Especially me.
No discrimination there. Okay, it is a disgusting thing, this kissing. I mean, you think about it. You take someone you hardly know, you mash your face up against theirs, and God knows what was in that mouth 10 minutes earlier. Oftentimes, people are drunk and smelling of alcohol. They just threw out a cigarette. A lot of guys in the Midwest just pulled out a handful of dip. And there you are, you're rubbing tongues, and you're getting all kinds of flavors and tastes. I mean, you know how disgusting it is when your mom licks her finger and says, hey, you got some dried egg on your lip, and she rubs that thing on there? That's disgusting enough. Imagine doing the whole licking thing. Really, the only reason people do that is because they think they're going to get some sex. That's the bottom line. Or the relationship's new, and they're trying to make a good impression. So, Janie.
Yeah. what's wrong with me then? Then how come I'm not having
Nothing's wrong with you. It's always just a little weird at the beginning, and you're just beginning a little later than most people. Most people are 15 when they're having their first kiss, and they think it's a little weird back then.
I meet a lot of guys and everything. It's just they, I just don't let them on.
What do you think might make you afraid of intimacy in relationships?
I don't know.
Nothing. It was all this moving you did when you were a child. Did that create difficulty in you developing relationships with your peers? Going to different. She doesn't hear us.
All right, Janie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Janie. Janie.
Yes.
Here's our final thought.
Yeah.
No more guys. Move on to women.
No. Stop.
Well,
Yeah,
she's not listening. Might as well just give her nonsensical advice. But I think she got hit in the head with a basketball. David.
Yes.
26.
Yes.
Calling from a frigate somewhere in the Pacific.
No, I'm not. Well, not now. No, I'm home, and I'm home to stay.
Okay.
Just sounds like you're in a frigate.
Well, I'm on a cellular phone.
All right, what's going on?
Well, I returned to the States about 2 weeks ago.
From where?
I was in Zaire. I did a trip through the middle part of Africa. I was gone for about a year.
Right.
When I was over there, contracted all of the normal stuff, malaria a couple of times, dysentery.
Beautiful.
Yeah, all of that fun stuff. So
Why weren't you taking malaria prophylaxis?
I was taking Halodrin and I was taking chloroquine. It didn't do much good.
That, by the way, was just at a brothel in South Africa. That was before he actually went on the trip.
Were you taking it properly?
Yeah, I was taking it properly a month before I left, and I'm still taking it right now.
Wow. Did you have Fanzidar with you when you got the malaria?
Did I what?
Did you take Fanzidar when you got the malaria?
No, I didn't. They gave me, when I actually got sick, they didn't have much medication for me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so the one thing I'm worried about, though, when I was over there in Zaire, the western part, I was in Goma, and I did some volunteer work there for the refugees that they had over there.
Right.
Well, I got back into the States. They asked me where I was. They photographed my passport. And all of a sudden, yesterday, I get a call from the Center for, supposedly the Center for Disease Control.
Right.
They want me to come in and they want to test me.
Right.
And I asked the lady, she was pretty snotty on the phone. I told her, well, what happens if I don't want to come in? And basically, they told me I don't have a choice. They want to test me for just any infectious diseases that I contracted over there. I just wanted to know if I might really have to worry about anything.
Are you sick?
Not just from the malaria, that's it.
Are you still ill, though?
Yeah, I've had it a couple of times before.
Are you still ill now?
Well, wait a minute. Are you still sick, David?
Well, I still have some of the symptoms from it, but that's it. I'm not I'm recovering from it.
So it's reasonable. You still having the fevers?
Not anymore. Just
Okay.
a lot of
So it is reasonable to still have some smears done to see if any of the parasites are still in your bloodstream, right?
Yeah.
And God knows you can come back harboring other parasites and pathogens in the stool, particularly in the bowel, and so it's all appropriate for you to be tested for that. I mean, I would think you'd want to be tested to see to make sure.
But why? They basically aren't asking me to do this. They're like.
Well, but you could be, and for that reason, you're not going to do it in spite of it benefiting you, and you could be a risk to the public, to everybody else.
Yeah, David, you big selfish fart.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
And also, it sounds like you had a chloroquine-resistant malaria, which is pretty serious stuff.
Now, going back to that, when I came back, they said apparently that there's the stuff is really resistant now to a lot of the medication.
Right.
So, well, what's that going to do for
That's
me?
right. You can thank Dr. Drew and his colleagues, his golfing colleagues, for them building up strains that are resistant to the antibiotics because of overprescription.
Right. This doesn't apply to this particular. I mean, we're not using antibiotics that cover malaria typically in Southern California.
That's where you're wrong.
Well, the malaria I have, that's the trick. They don't know exactly what kind it is.
I understand. It's probably the falciparum malaria, it sounds like, and this is a pretty serious kind. And maybe there's some other strain. You're going to be helping the public welfare.
All right.
Please
I'm
go to
getting
CDC.
malaria talking about this. David, what were you doing over there? Just Peace Corps stuff?
Well, more or less, I went over there. I was on a vacation. I saw all the suffering. I wanted to help. Now I'm suffering.
Wow.
Okay. Well, at least you've retained your martyr status.
But you know. Well,
yeah, he can hear us.
Do what you're
go to
supposed
the
to
disease
do.
control thing so you don't give it to your kid's sister, for Christ's sake. And I got to tell you something, Drew. I may not be going over to Africa to save the world, but I have had my bouts with infectious diseases as well.
You had a fungus. You had yeast.
I was trying to bring some backyard fruit over across the Nevada line there once.
Right.
Got stopped.
And?
Had to make a break for it.
Right. Where'd you put the fruit?
I keistered it. A crapped fruit salad.
Drew, will you say something, please?
We should break now.
LoveLine will be right back, dude.
Did I tell you guys about the week that we're going to have after we get through this week? No guest tonight. No guest tomorrow night, but that's okay. We always have good shows when there's no guest.
Not always, but usually.
Imperial Drag will be here next week. Slayer will be here next week. Thomas Calabro will be here next week. You know him better as Dr. Henry Mancini.
Don't do it. Don't.
I'm just having a good time, man.
Blue pen.
Yes, from Melrose Place. And it is a great actor. All right. He's a real good actor. I saw Melrose, and you watched that last night. Or was it the night before?
It was Monday night.
It was Monday night.
Uh-huh.
Big 2-hour special.
Right.
And there's that part where he's in the insane asylum.
Uh-huh.
And he's trying to get his ex-wife,
Kimberly.
Uh-huh. He's trying to coax
Betsy.
the old Kimberly
out of Betsy.
out,
Yeah.
because Betsy is taken over, because people have, multiple personality disorders, Drew. You can attest to that.
There's such a thing.
Man, that scene is going to be on his reel. I mean, it was almost distracting to see good acting going on one of these Fox shows last night. I mean, it was a little bit of distraction. As a matter of fact, if I was directing that episode, I'd tell him that I'm gonna mess it up a little. You're screwing up all the other actors. He was really good. Dialogue wasn't that good, but the acting, solid as Sears. I cried. I'm not ashamed to say that. Renee,
Yes.
you're 18.
Yes, I am.
You have a question?
I kind of have a problem question kind of all mixed together. I have this little problem. I have a friend, and she was a really extremely close friend of mine, and I loved her with all my heart. I ended up sleeping with her boyfriend, whom she cared about a lot. And since then, we became friends again, not quite as close, but I found out quite a lot of stuff about this guy she's with. He slept with me, and he's been sleeping with quite a few other people. He treats her awfully, and he's just a jerk.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of things about him that she doesn't know.
He doesn't treat her as nice as you treat her,
Right,
does she?
exactly.
Well, yeah, not as nice as I treat her until I slept with her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Well, you get past the
Except
part
for
about
that.
you banging her
Yeah, yeah.
boyfriend, and you've been a pretty solid friend other than that.
Yeah, other than that, yeah.
Other than the sex with her boyfriend part, you've been a solid friend.
Yeah, but that kind of ruined it, though.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think we should all have friends like Renee.
Oh, yeah, it would really do wonders for the self-esteem, I'm sure.
All right, Renee. We're done making fun of you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just mention something to her, or if I should just let her live and learn, or I just really don't know what to do.
It's really, it's going to be hard.
It hurts me to see him do this to her.
Yeah, it's going to be like, and it's going to be hard you telling her, because it's going to be like a Hitler saying to Mussolini, hey, you're mistreating the Jews a little bit. Why don't you tone it down there?
Yeah.
He's going to, he'd laugh.
Yeah.
She'd laugh.
Yeah.
But I she needs to know about the people that she is having relationships with, you and her boyfriend as well.
This guy, she just thinks he's the world, but
Yeah, but she needs to understand.
he's just a complete and total loser.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, guess what?
And why'd you sleep with him if he's such a loser, Renee?
Because he talks quite a good game, and I was very, I don't. It was hard. It's hard to explain. I really can't to this day answer why.
I'll tell you why. It's the competition that women have, which is a fiercer competition than men have. People, as far as society goes, we think that men are more competitive than women because men play these physical sports like hockey and football and whatnot. But when it really comes down to it, I think on an interpersonal relationship or on the playing field of life, I think women are more competitive. Not in business, not in sports, but in relationships.
That's true.
They may not be more competitive. They can be
true.
more ruthless.
Stop.
They can be more ruthless, right?
Disagree for the sake of disagreeing. Look at him.
All right.
Okay. As long as you understand that.
I understand that.
Thank you. Renee, it takes a big man to admit that, and that's the first step to recovery, as you well know, Drew.
Mahalo.
Renee?
Yes?
The guy's a jerk.
Oh, completely.
And if you are her good friend, you're going to have to basically just come clean.
And
hey,
you
say what you said to us.
You may be sacrificing the relationship, but it is putting
well,
her.
I've already sacrificed.
Yeah, it's putting. That's right. That's right. You're putting her interest ahead of yours.
And once she ends up getting rid of this guy, we'll help you guys heal a little bit because it's a little bit moot once the guy's out of the picture. But you say to her exactly what you said to us. You know, hey, all right, I slept with a guy. I'm not pretending like I didn't. I'm not pretending like I'm not sorry and that I didn't screw up. But I think you should know the following about the guy. As if she didn't get an inkling already by the fact he already slept with her good friend. Lance, 26, you're on LoveLine.
Yeah, I have a question. I just got a jacuzzi, and I'm wondering if I have unprotected sex with a girl in it, isn't that pretty safe as far as...
No.
No?
Well, no, that depends. What's the shape of the jacuzzi? Is it kidney bean shape?
No, it's square.
Uh-huh.
It's ridiculous.
Wait, it's ridiculous is what it is.
It is.
So Lance, at age 26, is under some false impression that the heat from the jacuzzi will somehow kill the sperm?
No, not entirely, but in one of my psychology classes, they brought that up.
It can reduce the sperm.
Right, I understand that. Okay, but what about her vagina being full of chlorinated hot water?
No.
No?
No, don't.
I don't know why that sounds funny.
No, it's not safe.
It wouldn't be killed instantly when it came out?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that was easy enough.
No, but the kid could go on to be a pool man.
Or a water polo player or something?
Absolutely. Lance, which junior college do you attend?
Excuse me, at 26? No, I've graduated.
Oh, okay. Good man. All right. I'm trying to keep the LoveLine listeners on the straight and narrow through a constant barrage of insults. Mike, education through intimidation. That's my plan. Yes,
nice.
That goes right along with my weed and seed and the whole boob world I'm going to be building soon.
Oh, it's expanded now. It was just a ville before a city.
Boobville, yes. No, I've expanded to Boob Land and Boob World now. Soon to be Boob Universe. Mike?
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yeah, I am. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. My question is somehow I've got a real addictive behavior. About a year ago, I started gambling, and it's affected my relationship with my girlfriend a little bit. And it started off where I was betting $50 a football game or something, and it's gotten to the point where, betting $5,000-$6,000 a week. And the thing is, I stopped for about 3 weeks, and I promised her I was going to stop, and I have. My whole thing is probably this question for Dr. Drew. Can I go a long period without relapsing, or is this an addictive behavior that I need to get some kind of help?
Oh, yes.
No, it's an honest enough question. There's
they
ways.
Have Gamblers Anonymous.
Yes, they do. But if in the broadest sense, an addiction is a progressive behavior that impacts on important areas of your life that continues in spite of that. You understand that? In other words, your relationship is being affected, but yet you continued to gamble through that. Yet you have been able to get it under control at this point. The sort of, for me, a real acid test as to what the natural history of this is going to be is whether or not you have a biological family history of alcoholism. Do you?
No.
Are you addicted to anything else?
I drink occasionally, but
not in addictive fashion.
no.
Who do you like in the Bulls Magic series?
It is possible you'll be.
Oh man, stay away from it. My main problem has been that it was such a cycle where I'd go 15 games and win 12 out of 15 games and make all this money. But my whole thing is it's such a high and a low.
All right, Mike, but let's ask some important questions, the kind of questions that the listeners want answered. You're 23.
Yeah.
You said that you've oftentimes gambled $5,000-$6,000 a week.
Yeah.
Where do you get that kind of money?
I work, and the thing is, I made so much money gambling. I've given most of it back, but the whole thing is it's been a real high and a low, and it's hard for me to.
I mean, gambling affects everybody in this manner. That's why people do it, because they have. I don't know. If I were you, I would go to Gamblers Anonymous because I'd be so worried that this thing could get out of control
Absolutely. This can ruin your life just as fast as alcoholism or many other problems that people sort of put ahead of this. People look at gambling as sort of a bit of a joke in a way in terms of addictive behavior.
Oh, no, it fits addictive models quite nicely.
Right, but society would look at alcoholism as a much greater threat to a relationship or something like that. But this can ruin you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You speak with great passion about this issue. Is there something there, Adam?
No. Part of my job is to speak about things I know nothing of and have never experienced with great verve.
Oh,
that's what I'm doing right now. No, I know, I've heard enough stories about, Art Schleister and guys like that ruining their careers, Pete Rose and all that kind of stuff. It's very addicting, and it ruins you, and it's not that much different than any other addiction.
Any other high.
So the good thing is at least you don't have the sort of biological chemical thing that you're putting into yourself, but you do have the chemical, the serotonin thing or whatever your brain is creating.
The dopamine and the endorphins that are released, but it's not the same biological intensity because it's not pharmacologic.
All right, so go there go get yourself involved with GA or whatever it is.
Right, Gamblers Anonymous.
All right, Mike?
Take care of yourself.
All right. $5-6 grand a week. And I bet his girlfriend was fine with him when he was winning. Because I bet here's the thing. When you win gambling, it's free money. And then you're free to buy all sorts of crappy stuff. That's why you go to Vegas once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You ever go tool around Caesars or wherever?
Money has no value, no meaning.
And you look around and you see the gift shops.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you see some golf shirt with the King of Hearts on it. And, Jerry... Lewis has autographed the back of the thing, and they went $300 for it, and you go, there's no way you'd buy that crap in L.A.
Right.
You'd
or
go,
anywhere else.
$300 for those crappy tasseled leather shoes or whatever the hell they're selling, but there, if you just got off a hot streak, I say let it ride.
Hello, is this LoveLine? I have a problem with my stool. Hello, LoveLine? I have a problem with your stool, too. The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Here we go. Well, an update from Jim P. of Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Jim writes.
On a fax.
In a fax, yes. Dear Casey, Drew is right about the aspirin in the Alka-Seltzer. You're supposed to use Alka-Seltzer Gold when you do that because it's aspirin-free. And, of course, we're referring to a call we had about 45 minutes ago that suggested that he put Alka-Seltzer in his girlfriend's private parts, and they could foam their way to a better sex life. Am I right, Drew?
That's what they suggested.
You going to try that when you get home?
No, I'm not.
I'm going to see if I can't work.
What?
Rapid vagina?
Yeah, foaming at the mouth.
Oh, okay. Oh, rabid. Oh, with the B.
Rabies.
Yes, okay. I thought you said rapid. All right.
Adam's still back at Fruit Salad.
Producer Ann and I are doing our own show here. True, don't interrupt. All right, real fast. Let's hop on the phone here. Rob, 26, you're on LoveLine.
How you guys
could. Make it quick, Rob.
I think I broke a blood vessel in my penis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do about it. It's been about 6 months. It hasn't gone away. I tried not having sex for about a month.
What hasn't gone away?
Whenever I get into sexual contact, it sort of swells in between my circumcision line and the bottom of my penis head.
Is there any discoloration?
No.
You may have torn the cavernous body there that sort of what swells with blood. I mean, you ought to see a urologist about that. There may not be anything that needs to be done, but just to be on the safe side, really you ought to do that.
Okay.
How'd you do it?
It's not a vein so much as the sort of the tube that contains the blood.
Right.
The shaft.
Yeah, it's not, and it's just around kind of where the circumcision line is, and it runs parallel.
Rob,
get it checked
how'd
out.
you do that?
Masturbating.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I bet the folks are proud.
Yeah, well, I showed them the pictures, but what are you going to do?
I think I burst a vessel on my forehead doing that once.
Jesus.
I mean, when I'm really hunkering down, like a sick day, like when I was in high school. All right, well, we're just about out of time. I'm glad to go out on a masturbatory note, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, next week, Imperial Drag Slayer, Thomas Calabro. You know him as Dr. Mancini
And we're
from
here tomorrow,
the hit show Melrose Place. And we will be here tomorrow with a cameo by my young ward, Nate, from the Catholic Big Brother organization. He won't be talking too much. He's shy, and besides, I'm scared he may say something, but he certainly will say hi. So, for the fabulous Lisa, the phone screener, the fabulous Sherry phone screener, the lovely and angular one, the one with the throat that hurts, perhaps your husband, Ann, could put a tweezer on the end of his penis and get shell out of there tonight.
All right, jeez.
And the one nut one, Engineer Mike. This is Adam Carolla and the lovely Dr. Drew saying, please join us tomorrow night.
If you are still listening, you may feel the urge to touch yourself.
You've been listening to LoveLine.
The opinions expressed on LoveLine, especially by Adam Carolla, are not necessarily those of the staff, management, or sponsors.
Or even the character voices. LoveLine, produced by Ann Wilkins for Westwood One Entertainment. Copyright 1996. So don't even think it.